This video will be a little bit different. I'm gonna actually work on my guitar this time. What's happening is it's winter out and my Squire bullet Strat here decided to sprout some frets. And I heard of this before, you know, you kind of hear folks talking about it, but you know, and you may feel a little sharp. But what was happening actually to me is on my thumb, like I would get these little micro cuts like all over my thumb, and I'm like, I didn't realize what was going on. I thought it was maybe just dry skin, or I don't know what was happening. And all of a sudden, I got like one really pretty deep cut on my thumb. And then it dawned on me that it's my guitar that's cutting me. And it actually, if I feel the frets here on the guitar, it's very, very sharp. And there's plenty of videos on YouTube on how to do this, but I was a bit nervous. You know, a lot of them get this big 6-inch file and you kind of running up and down the frets. You know, I actually never had even the strings off this guitar, and it's been like years since I've had it. So I was a bit intimidated by all that, but after that cut on my thumb, it's kind of healed up now, so you maybe kind of see that horizontal line there. But after that happened, I was like, I gotta do something. So, you know, this guitar I bought probably for maybe $100 or $150. I don't remember exactly what it was. A few years ago, actually many years ago now, but you know, I don't want to really bring it to a luthier and pay the same price to get the frets dressed a little bit. So I was like, yeah, you know, it's a good guitar to practice on, so let me give it a shot. And watched a couple of videos on YouTube, and they actually have this special tools, you know, but I dug around at home. I have these file set. This is actually from Harbor Freight, and same thing. I don't know how long ago I bought it, but it was very cheap. I'm sure I just spent a few bucks on this. And it's got a selection of files, and I've picked this flat one here. And what's interesting is the key part on these files is that one side, this narrow side here, at least one of them needs to be smooth, so that when you're cutting on these frets, you're not cutting into your fretboard, right? So the smooth side needs to ride on the fretboard, otherwise you're gonna cause problems. And luckily, you know, one side of these things, again, probably can't see it that well, but only one side of this is smooth. So it did work out for me. He's got lucky enough to where these cheap files are gonna work for the job here. So I'm just gonna file these frets down, and then after using the file, I just stole a little finger file from my wife. She's pretty mad about it, but you know, it's old, needs to be replaced anyway. So I'm just gonna buff out the filing marks with this guy and call it a day. It's actually I'm not even gonna take the strings off, you know. So it's gonna start filing away and getting these frets smoothed out. The key part here, which I'm gonna have to think about, I might come back to these guys here, but you know, obviously wherever you have the body, there's a high risk of scratching that with your file. So I'm probably gonna start over here so I can stay away from the body. These frets are a little sharp, but I may come back to those, and I'm just gonna work these guys at the low E string, top side of the guitar, and get those things smoothed out so they stop cutting my thumb. I'm gonna leave the strings on, like I said, and just push it out the way and see how it goes. All right, here we go. I'm gonna start, again, I'm gonna skip these guys for now. It looks like I could probably get it a little bit, so yeah, let me see if I can make it work. First, I'm gonna work the flat side here. And I'm not trying to put a bevel in that fret because it's already there. I'm just trying to get some burrs off that. And as soon as I hear that I'm scratching more wood than I am fret, you know, or any wood really, I'm gonna stop because I don't want to cause problems. And then I'm gonna put the flat side of the file down on the fretboard. And just round these corners. Be careful not to scratch. You know, the body of the guitar. So you can put tape on it, wrap it, whatever it is you need to do, but I'm just gonna be very slow and very careful. And it does not take much at all. You can see the fretboard does not really get scratched. It's okay. And it's feeling better there already. So I'm gonna do the next one. Put the smooth side of the file down. And just work to round that edge over. All right. A couple more will be out of the danger zone here. Okay. And I'm not worried about these strings. First of all, the flat side or the smooth side of the file is down on the string. And second of all, as I mentioned, they're very old, so I'm not worried about really causing any damage to these strings. Trying to round those corners over a little bit. Okay, it's feeling better. Okay, we're almost out of the danger zone here. Does not take much. I didn't even detune this guitar. Which I'm actually probably gonna work on the tuners and replace the tuners, so I could have just popped the strings off and maybe I'll do that, but it's working out fine for now. You can feel the difference actually. There we go, and now the area of the 12th fret goes pretty fast. Just trying to round these over just a little bit. And actually, I think the weather changed just slightly enough where the woods swell back up and they're not as sharp as they were. So it's kind of interesting. I should have caught it at their worst. But I couldn't get the bravery up enough to do this. Last couple. I could tell you that feels way, way better. Next step will just be little polishing. And this is very, very fine. So there's different grades of these, but this is the finer one. Just so I'm not that worried about scratching the fretboard because it's just gonna smooth it over. There's nothing to scratch here. And you could see that there is material coming off. So it is doing the job. Could actually maybe even try to round the corners with this or polish up the corners as well. I was gonna take it and run, kind of let it ride up against the frets. All right. Final polish with my sweater. And I could tell you that like these ones that I didn't do at the very top because of the body, I don't tend to play up there really yet. They're way snaggier than these guys, the ones that we just did. So you can see no damage to the fretboard. There's still one or two file marks I could come back and buff out as well. But, you know, for 15-20 minute job where you don't get cut anymore, that's pretty nice. I actually had to switch to my Schecter in the meantime because the cutting got so bad. So I was pretty blown away by how actually it can cut you. Only heard about it, never experienced it, and I guess it finally did come after me as well. So there you go. Squire Bullet is I think playable again with very basic tools, very little know-how, relatively safe if you take your time, don't stab your guitar's finish, you should be all right. Okay, hope you enjoyed it. Good luck to you if you try to take it on. If I may actually do another video changing these tuners out. I really like this guitar, but the tuning stability is not perfect, and then these tuners, when it does go out of tune, they're so sloppy and inconsistent. You go to turn and there's nothing, and boom, you've over tightened the string. It's really kind of annoying. So I was able to find some tuners that I hope should work here. I'm gonna give those a shot. Also got some different string trees here to replace these guys, and hopefully they'll make the tuning much better. And not to mention, it does need a string change. These things are several years old. So anyway, all right, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.